Would you like to give your subscribers a timed quiz? One that you may only allow them, let's say, 10 seconds to answer each question? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'm going to show you that now.
We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to...
All right, let's get it rocking and rolling. We are going to go over how to set up a timed quiz where you're going to give the subscriber only so much time to answer each question. And then at the end, you're going to summarize their answers and how they scored on the quiz. Now, to begin with, you need to kind of plan out your quiz. And you need to know the questions and the answers and all that stuff. One good website to go out to is sporkle.com. I think that's how you say it. And what I did is you just come in here and then you're going to search. And I searched by multiple choice. And then they come up with a whole bunch of different ones that you can, trivia and math and you name it, they got it out there. And what you want to find one, and what I picked is choose the correct company slogan. A company slogan, basically multiple choice company slogans right here. And then what happens is when you're doing the quiz, it just asks a question like this one is it for you? And you're probably the best beer in the world. And then you have 4 choices. And so what I'd say is go find a quiz that you'd like to do. Maybe you can find it on this website, but diagram it out because you need to know the question and you need to know the answer. Because what we're going to do is we're going to create bot fields for some of this to make it simpler as we create the flows. And so if you go into custom fields, so basically what I did is you go into your ManyChat account, go into settings, and go into custom fields along the top here. And the first section here are user input, custom user fields. And that's what these all are. We're going to come back. We're going to create a few of those. And we're going to create some bot fields. And that's the second section here under custom fields. There's the bot fields. The bot fields are a global variable. Basically, they're available for the whole bot for every subscriber. So they don't have a unique value, whereas custom user fields have a unique value for that subscriber. Bot fields are actually like static. Usually they're static. They do change. You can use them and change them occasionally. A lot of times they're not going to change. You can change them though, like I said, but they're at a higher level. They're at the bot level and they're global. The same value is given to each subscriber depending on whatever the bot field is set at that time. So we're going to create a, question bot fields Q_Q1 through Q_Q5. And I'm doing 5 questions. If you're doing 10 questions, you'd have 10 of these. If you're doing 8, you're doing 8. If you have 20, you're going to be 20 of them. And what I would suggest is you put the question, or here is the slogan for the company slogan, and create 5 of them like this. And then you create 5 Q_answer_Q1s. And so you put the answers in 5 separate bot fields. And then you're going to create 2 fields we're going to use for the summary page, the summary flow within ManyChat. One is going to be Q_wrong and Q_right. And what they are is they're emojis. And so all you would do is you go up here, you do new bot field, say emoji, text, and then you just search for the emojis. So I could copy this X and I could come back in here and put it in there and I could create it. And then you could use it as a substitute variable within your flows. So we're going to create a correct, which is a check mark, and a wrong, which is an X. And then you want to create one more bot field is Q_total_number_questions. And that's going to be used on the summary page again to figure out the percentage that they got right and those types of things. So those are the bot level fields that we need created. Now the custom user fields you can create as we go, as we do the flows, or you can do them here. And they're going to start with Q as well. And you're going to have Q_response, Q1, a text field. all the way through as many questions as you have. I have 5. It's through Q5. And then you're going to create 5 more text fields. It's Q_Q1 _ final. And you're going to do that for all 5 or 10, 20 questions you have. Now, these are custom user fields. So these are going to be at the subscriber level. And we're going to use these to create this summary layout. And let's see. And then you're going to have a Q_count correct. And it's a number field right here. And a Q_% correct right here. And those are going to be used again for the summary page. You're going to count as you go, as you present the questions. All right. So once you have all those set up, like I said, you can set these up as you go through the flows, as at least the custom user fields, the bot fields you'd want set up prior to. And then you know exactly what your quiz is going to be about. So now let's get into the flows themselves. And we're going to have a beginning flow, we're going to have an ending flow, and then we're going to have 5 questions. And that's it. So we're going to, let's go into the beginning, and edit that. Just going to bring it up. I'm kind of going to walk through what we have here. It's just going to play. I have a GIF, and basically how you get that up there is you do an image, and then you downloaded a GIF, and then you put that in there. Okay. And then I have a text field, a text block, and a text block just says, "So Jeff, we have a fun quiz for you to take." And then I have typing for 5 seconds. And then I have another text block. Each question is a company slogan. You have 10 seconds to select the correct answer. You can have any time limit you want. It can be 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 50 seconds, a minute, whatever you want to give them to answer the question, you can. And I'll show you how to set that up within each question. The one thing is the way this works, it will not work with them typing the answer in, all right? They can type an answer in, and they're just going to time out. And so you just have to remind them that they need to tap a button to answer the question. Now, you could probably do some more fancy things, and I need the pro version to do it. I did attempt to use multiple choice user input blocks for this, but it doesn't work because of the timing. What happens is the user input block is active for 24 hours. So let's say you get the question and then they don't answer it. And then it times out in 10 seconds. But in theory, behind the scenes, that user input block is still active. And then you type in an answer for the next question, and it's actually taken for the previous question. It gets really messy. Let me tell you, I tried doing it that way. So as we go through the questions, I'll show you what I mean, how we're going to do it. But you want to remind them that you need to tap a button, no typing in an answer. Plus, if they're timed in 5 seconds, 10 seconds, they're not going to have enough time to think about it, type it in. It's going to be a lot easier for them to hit a button anyway. And then you have another typing for 5 seconds. And then at the end, you're going to get a score. Are you ready, Jeff? And so you ask them if they're ready. Now, to build this flow, you're going to add an image block, a message block, a delay, another message block, a delay, another message block. And then you're just going to quick replies at the bottom. And basically a quick reply, just fill in, yes, I am. And then it's connected to go to the first question right there. So basically all I did was I'm going to delete this. So once you have all the quick replies done, then you're just going to drag this out, click on it, and then, like I said, we're going to start another flow. So I'm just going to start another flow. And then I would go out and pick my question number 1. And there it is right there. I selected it. So now it's connected. I can delete this one. That's the old one. Arrange that and I'll publish it. And then they have another choice. Nope, maybe later. So they don't want to actually do this quiz right now. So I created a little message, later message. Okay, Jeff, come back anytime. We'll be waiting. So it's a message block and then an image, and I'm just playing a GIF on here. And then I have a typing for 3 seconds. So it's a delay block and another text block. So basically, we're going to go text block and then an image block and then a delay block and then a text block. And you're just going to build it that way. And then I basically came up with another message saying type in quiz below and hit enter to start over again. So I created a keyword so that they can start the quiz at any time and they can come back. And then the last button is just unsubscribe. And so what I did is I just sent them to the unsubscribe from bot flow that comes with all ManyChat accounts. I can show you how to get that. I'm just going to do this again. So once you have the delays, you can go here. I'm going to start another flow and open that up. And actually, no. You go back when you're in the main flows, pick a flow, just scroll down and it should be in the flows that actually were given to you. It's not something you created. And there it is, subscribe or unsubscribe to bot from bot. So I'm just going to pick that. And then that's going to be there. I'm just going to delete that one right now. I'm going to connect this back up. No, it's not going to connect for me. So when that happens, you just want to go out, come back in to the same flow, edit, and then you should be able to do it. So I'm just going to drag this over to that one and it connects. So sometimes the editor gets a little glitchy. And so just go back out of your flow, come back into your flow, edit, and then you should be able to do the function. So we're all set there. All right. So now, like I said, when they say, hey, I just want to wait, and we have this keyword, I can show you that. All right, now is automation. So you go to the left side of the menu, automation, and then keywords. And then what I did is I created another keyword, and I'll just create a new one. So you click on this, it says a new rule. I think it should say a new keyword, but I guess a new rule. It is a rule. Not like rules that we already have. So, so all I did was I said new, comes down here, message is. So I'd keep it as message is, not anything contains or contains a whole word, beginning or thumbs up. Just leave it as message is. And then you type in like I did here. I typed in quiz, quiz, and quiz. And then you could create the keyword. I was here, and then you would select an existing flow. Because what you're going to do is you're going to send them back to the beginning. And they're going to come back. So I'm just going to go out here, and I'm going to get timed quiz begin. And then when they type in that keyword, they'll start up. So that's how you create that. And delete this one, get rid of that. And now we're going to go back to the flows. And so now we have 5 questions, and they're very easy. Once you set up one question, the other ones are real easy because all you're doing is changing the numbers within the flow. And so let's start here, going to question number 1. I'm going to do edit. So when you start out, you have one text block that's going to be sitting there. And it's kind of like this one right here. You're going to have a text block just sitting there. And that's what you're going to start with, blank flow. And so I have the flow already. So you're going to click new flow, and then you're going to have that one text box. So what you want to do is double click in the white space and click perform action and get an action block. And then what you're going to do in that action block is you're going to add all these things in it right here. Remove a tag, add a tag, clear this custom field, remove another tag, and set a custom field. Now this last one is only done in the first question because you're setting the correct count to 0 for that subscriber. And that's at a subscriber level, custom user field. I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, going to get rid of this one. You don't need that. And then what you're going to do is once you're done with this action, we're going to walk through that. But what's going to happen is this green step is going to be over that message that was in your original flow. So you're going to want to move that green thing over here until it turns green and then there. So this is what it starts with, not with the message. So let's go into this action. What you're going to do is remove a tag. And what you can do is just type in, I'm going to type in Q underscore Q1 underscore, and it was done, right? Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say 10 underscore done, like it never existed, like you're doing it. And so now you can see it says new tag. So click on that to add the tag. So you should have Q underscore Q1 underscore done. Like this. And it should say add the tag. And so you click on it. Now you're done with that one. So now you're going to add another action. You're going to add action. Let's say done was remove a tag. Now you're going to add another action, add a tag. All right. I'm just going to delete that. And that was going to be this one. And so you're going to put Q underscore Q1 underscore begin. And then you're going to clear custom field. Now this field that you should have created already. And so you're going to do action, clear custom field. And then you're going to type in Q underscore response. And there it is, number 1. Delete that. So I already have it. And then you're going to do a remove tag. So you're going to do another action, remove tag. And you're going to type in Q underscore Q1 underscore correct. Right? And it's going to say add tag. You're going to add tag. You're going to say, yep, I'm going to add the tag. And delete that. And then the last one, you're going to set custom field. And the custom field is a Q count underscore correct. You're going to set it to 0. You could clear it as well. You could either one. This is only going to be done on the first question. Because then from then on, you want to count how many they got right. Now, you're going to, this is going to be there, and you're going to have this message that's blank, and then this action. So you're going to connect these two. And then you're going to go into this message block that was there, and you're going to add a delay block. So you're going to go down here, click on the delay block, and then you're going to drag that thing up above the message. So delete mine. So you have typing for 3 seconds, and then you're going to put number 1, what company slogan is this? Now, depending on whatever yours is, you're going to put the question, or not the question, whatever, however your quiz is working. Like mine's company slogans. And so I'm going to ask them, what company slogan is this? And then my actual question is right in there. So I just hard coded it, and you can be able to put whatever it is in there. And how you get that in there, you're going to do double squiggly lines, and then you're going to scroll all the way down, or you can do Q underscore Q1, and there it is, custom bot field, boom. Do it that way, or you can click on the double little the squigglies here, and then you'll get the list. And I think it won't scroll down though when you have it that way. It only scrolls down if you do double quotes like that, and you have that there. All right. So just wanted to give you a couple ways how you can get to them. Get rid of that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put your answers in. 3 wrong and the right one. And then you're just going to create quick replies right there. And I can create another one and create a quick reply, test, and you're going to say done. And then you're going to have all these that are open like this. They're not going to be connected. I'm just going to delete this one for now. Now on the bottom, you're going to click continue to another step. And you click that. And that's going to be going down to a timer. And that's where your timer is, as far as timing these. So let's see. The correct answer here is American Express. So we're going to follow this one. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take it off the Take this off here. Take that off here, and you're going to bring it out, and you're going to say perform an action. And in that action block, you're going to put these in here. So you're going to add a tag, Q_Q1_done, because they're done now. And then you're going to remove a tag, Q_Q1_begin, because they're done. So you're going to remove begin. You're going to add Q_Q1_correct tag. You're going to add that because they got it correct. Then you're going to set the custom field. You're going to increase count correct by 1. That's the one we zeroed out. Now we're going to add 1. And then you're going to set the Q_response_Q1 to the last text input. I can show you how to do that. You're going to do set. So you're going to do an action. You're going to do set custom field. And then you're going to click on this area and you're going to say, okay, what's the custom field? Response 1. And you click on unknown. Well, actually click on this again. Sorry. You can go to the value. And here I got to scroll this up a little bit. And here you're going to do double squiggly line. And then there it is. Last text input. Last text input right there. It's right, going to be right after user ID. You're going to click on that. And what that is, and I can delete that. I don't need to do it twice. What that is, it's going to be, even though they didn't type, when they click a quick reply, that's like typing it. So that's going to be their last text input. And so we're going to save that because then we know what they picked. Now, if they selected Visa, MasterCard, or Discovery, which are the wrong answers, we're going to have a different path they're going to go. They're going to come up here. And so you're going to add another action block. And you're going to add a tag done. You're going to remove a tag begin. So that's the same thing because they are done. And they're not beginning anymore. And they gave this the wrong answer. So all you're going to do is you're going to set the Q1 to last text input here, same way. And then, actually, sorry, should have finished this one off. So once you have all the tags and all this stuff for them who got it correct, you're going to click, you're going to bring this off from the bottom of this to the next step. And you're going to do send message. So you're going to have a blank message. I already have it done. So I'm just going to hook this back up. And then we're going to go over this. Here's the correct message. So now you could have, I have an image. I've had some GIFs, but they seem like they're loading a little slow. What I would recommend as far as GIFs, when you're downloading GIFs to use in the image block, is to make sure that they're below 1 meg. What I found is if they're under 1 meg, they load a little faster and they run a little faster. If they're above 1 meg, between 1 and 2 meg, it's not as quick. And obviously above 2 meg, then they're really slow, I think. So you want to make it the best user experience. I'd keep them under 1 meg. Some of mine weren't loading that fast, and even if they were a half a meg, like 500 KBs. So what I did is I just got an image of it and then resized it for this. So basically in these messages, all I have is an image block, which is here, and a delay. So I clicked on a delay block, and then a text block, which should be there. If you added a message, it should be there. And so I just said, bingo, typing, way to go, Jeff, that is correct. And on the bottom, I click on connect to another step, the next step, and then we're going to send them off to question number 2. So that's coming off the bottom of this message right here up to that right there. So now if they got it wrong, I know we already went through these actions, so I'm going to go back. Sorry, I missed the correct message to finish that part of the flow. So we're going to go back here. And so now they answered incorrectly Visa, MasterCard, or Discovery. And we already went through this action, these 3 steps. We want these actions. And out of that bottom of that action, we're going to create another message. And you're going to add an image. You're going to probably drag that up. You're going to add a delay and drag that up. So it's going to be very similar. I'm going to close that and delete that. and show you what I have here. Oh, I don't even have a delay. So, so basically I have an image that says you're wrong. And then this text block where I'm bringing in their response. So that was what we set here to whatever they typed in, or actually what button they selected. And then it says it is incorrect, Jeff. And then I just said this, the correct answer is this. And this is where in the bot fields, where we stored the bot fields for the answers. So like I said, it's very easy to bring the answers and stuff in whenever you want instead of typing them over every time. And then a little emoji, credit card emoji. And then you want to continue another step on the bottom. So you want to click that checkbox on the bottom here. And this is when they got the answer wrong. And then they're going to go to question number 2. Just like they did if they got it right. And then we're going to go over this. So they got the question presented to them. They got the answers. They got to pick one of the 4. And at the bottom, and I had told you to click another step. We haven't discussed this part. This is where the timing comes in. And so we're going to come off the bottom of this flow right here. Coming off the bottom of this flow is drop. So how this works and why I didn't use a user input field, an input block, a user input block for the question with multiple choice is because it would sit there and wait. And I could have used a rule, which I was doing using a rule to run the timing for me. But the thing is this input block, this one would have been right here, that would stay active for 24 hours. And so if they didn't answer and they timed out, the next question, if I typed in something, it would actually respond or actually pick the button. It would respond to this question versus the other one. It got really messy. So this way, one, you'd have to have the pro version to do user input blocks anyway. So this way, you don't need the pro version to do this style. So we're going to go back down here, and I'm going to show you what happens. That's what I was trying to get at. Once this message comes up to ask them whatever, without a user input block, it drops right through this message. It doesn't wait here, and it goes down here, and we're going to delay for 10 seconds. So there's the 10 seconds that I was talking about, that I'm giving them 10 seconds to answer the question. You can change this value to anything. You want to uncheck the typing so they don't see the typing. It's running behind the scenes. Now, you said, well, we could use a smart delay here. You could if the smart delay would do under 1 minute. But if I double click here, I can do a smart delay. Smart delay starts at the smallest as 1 minute. So if you want to do, if you're doing a minute, you could do it this way. You can't do a minute and 20 seconds though. You can't do seconds. And so that's the one thing, is that you can't use a smart delay, which would be great. And I've actually asked ManyChat, maybe they can enhance the smart delay to do that. To get around that, you need to use a delay with no typing. And then, because a delay cannot be the last thing in a message block. So if I deleted this, it's going to tell me that this can't be the last thing. Delay cannot be the last element. I'm like, oh, no, that's not going to work. So what you need to do is put a text box. Now, I was putting 1 space in, which will work. See, if I publish this, it should work. It's a little hack that works. And what happens is the server really doesn't send this. It'll read this and say, oh, it's a blank message, so it doesn't send anything. Though it does take up some server time, so it would be nice to be able to get the smart delay in here. But what you also can do, and you can put an emoji in here. So I'm going to put question number 1. We're going to put the credit card emoji, and it's just going to pop up. Now, if you don't want just random emojis popping in, then you would use a blank. The other day, I think the editor got some updates, and they took that ability to use the blank out, which kind of was hard. So I don't know, eventually maybe it'll go away again. So you could use emoji, which won't go away. So I can publish this, and it works. Now, out of the bottom of this, you do want to say continue to another step. So you want to click on this to continue to another step, because what we're going to do here is, as that question is presented to the subscriber, the time is ticking. And so you're running this right here. Once you get to the end, you're going to say, hey, let's update the Q response. So you're going to add this action, Q response _1 to the last text input. So that we did that earlier, where we grab that system field. The reason I did that is if somebody does type something in and types in stop, we can actually allow them to unsubscribe in the middle of the quiz and stop. So what I would do is I would check the Q response _Q1 contains top. And what I do is I take off the first letter, because let's say they spelled it capital S, small T-O-P, or S-T-O-P, all small caps or small letters, or all caps. And so I just decided to drop the S. That's why I did it this way. But this way they can unsubscribe at any time. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to check that. If it's yes, we're just going to stop. And the system's going to, because stop is a keyword, it's going to serve up the unsubscribe message to them. If it's no, now what we're going to do is check to see if the done tag has been applied. So that means they answered the question up here, right or wrong. They answered the question, and these actions got triggered. One of them is to tag it Q done. Same thing up here, Q done. So if it's a Q done, we're going to check to see yes or no. If it's yes, they're done. Okay, we're going to let them go to question number 2, just like they want to. If they're not, because they didn't answer it, they're still sitting on the question there, we're going to set the tag to timed out. So what we're doing is I just typed in a value timed out. It's just a text field and a text value that I'm assigning to this custom field. And the reason is for what I want to use that for is the summary page. So I have their answer, or they timed out. Then what I do is then I'll send out a timed out message. And again, I have a image block, a text block, a delay of 4 seconds, and then what the correct answer is. And this is, again, from the bot field. We're bringing that bot field in. I don't have to type it in. I just know this is the answer to question 1. So I'm just saying, here's time's up, Jeff. You didn't tap a button in time. Remember, tap a button, don't type an answer. So I'm just kind of reminding them, just in case they did, because if they type an answer in other than stop, this flow will stop. I mean, not stop, it will just time out on them because they didn't follow directions. Basically it. They didn't follow directions. And then on the bottom here, you're going to do a continue, and then you're going to add a done tag, because let's say they didn't answer the question, so it's still not marked as done. They are done, they just timed out. So you're going to mark it as done, and you're going to remove the beginning tag here. And you're going to send them to question number 2. So you're going to send them off to number 2. And actually, I could probably, instead of having that duplicated, you can delete that, and you could actually run that over here. It's the same one, because it's the same thing. I don't know what's going on there. Edit flow, cancel. Wow, I don't know what happened there. Let's go back into this question number 1. Hopefully it's still intact. Yeah, it is. I just wanted to move that. It's not going to let me do that. That is weird. That is acting up. All right. Just going to edit the flow. We're going to publish the flow. There we go. I just wanted to move that. out a little bit. All right, so we're done with that one. So now we have question number 1 done. So now all you're going to do is you're going to go out and let's say you have question number 1. You're going to do, I'm going to duplicate that. So now right here's your copy. I'm going to rename it to, I'm just going to call it 10. So it's going to be question 10. Rename it. And then you're going to go in here and you're going to go to up here, go to Flow Builder. It's a lot easier. Do Edit Flow. Move myself out of the way. Now, because it was the first question, the first thing we want to do is get rid of this count correct to 0. We don't want to do that because we're in question number 10, or basically it'll be question number 2, then you're going to do 3, then 4. You don't want to zero out the correct count. Just on the first one. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go up here and say, oh, remove tag. All you're going to do is put the new number in there. So it was 1. Let's say you're on question 8. See, that says new tag 8, and you just click on it. So let's say I'm doing 10. Let's say done, 10, tag created. And that's all you're going to do is you're going to go through here and actually change the number to what you want and just keep adding them. And then you're going to go here, and I would just change this to 2. You're going to select 2. And then for a remove tag, you're going to do the same thing, 10. And you're going to create the tag. I'm not going to create all those extra tags that I don't need. But I'm going to change this back to 1. So that's all you're going to do. And then you're going to go to the question. And the typing you leave, and you're just going to say, oh, this is number 10. And then you're going to click on this. And let's say, because you have all your 10 questions in there, let's say. So you're going to click on this field, and then you're going to go grab number 10. Because you already put the question in the bot fields. Now you don't have to type it. Now you're going to go in, and you're going to change your answers. Test 1. Test. I'm going to change my answers to the answers that you're going to use, the 3 that are false and the 1 that's true. You're going to fill those in. You know, all that's still checked. And then you're going to go to, then what you want to do is you're going to want to disconnect all these. Because you're going to have 4 different answers for your new question. And then you're going to figure out, it's like, okay, this is the correct one. So if you're looking at the tags, look for where it says add a tag that says Q1_correct. Look for the correct one. And so that's where you're going to connect the right answer to. All right. And then you're going to go back and you say, oh, okay, all these must be the wrong ones. So I'm going to connect those to that. And there you go. You got that done. Now you're going to go, let's say up here, and I'm going to correct these, and I'm going to change these to 10. You know, and that's because I'm on question 10. If you're on question 2, you change them to 2. All right. You're just going to make sure that everything jives to the question you're on. Same thing with, and then you're going to go over here. And let's say you want to change this out. So change it to another different image. And then you just click on here and you go, oh, that's number 2. I want to keep my first name. Oh, okay. Let's see. Answer question number 2. That's all you're going to do because you already have those defined. You're just going to bring them in. And then obviously this is question number 2. Maybe it's not a credit card. Maybe, oops, I'm going to go out here and get a tiger. You know, and so the tiger is going to be whatever the question is based on. And then so now, and then this is going to go to the next question. You're going to change this. You're going to say, oh, I don't want to go to question 2 because that's what I'm in. And then you're going to go to question number 3. And so you have that updated. Now, you may not have question number 3 done yet, so you might have to come back and then, you know, assign it to the right one. You know, because I have question number 3 done already. And then you're going to go over to the next one, and now this one was for the correct answer. This one, you're going to change these to 2, 2, 2. Now, if I was doing question 2, you're going to change all those. This one, you're going to leave the same. You don't have to change this. You're just adding another one to the correct count. And then this one, you're going to change the field to 2. And then what happens with this, though, once you change it like that, yeah, it didn't keep. If you change it to 2 and you select that field, then it goes to unknown again. So you have to come back here and get last text input again back in there. All right. So you'd have all those, and those are all done. And then you're going to do the message. So this is the correct message for question number 2. You might want to change this out to something else. Let me see here. Quizbot. So then I have a bunch of images, or I have a bunch of GIFs that I was using. And I did all that prior to putting the quiz together so that I'd have a bunch of them. So I'm just going to leave what's there. Then I have a typing, and then the answer, then it says, hey, you got it correct. So this came from the other question. You just want to change it up so it doesn't sound the same. And then the bottom part, you're going to have wait 10 seconds. That's going to be the same. You want to change this emoji to something else. I'm just going to put a cat in there. Whatever the emoji. Pick an emoji that's close, kind of along the lines of what you're doing. If you're doing slogans, find something that fits. If you're doing trivia, find something that might fit. It's kind of a fun thing that just kind of pops up. And then these other things you're going to change. Again, you're going to change this to Q2 for question 2 if you're in question 2. And here you're going to do the same thing, question 2, question 2. And then I don't really want to drag that over. I want to drag this whole thing over. And then here in this condition, you're going to check for Q2 underscore done, not 1. So you're just going to click on that, and you're going to say, oh, I want Q2 done. There you go. And then you're going to set the response field to timeout again. So you're just going to do this to timed out done. And then here's your timeout message. Pretty much don't have to change much. You might want to change the image or the emoji, the GIF that you're running there. And then the only thing you change is the answer here. And you click on that field, you can get the other one, and then you might change the emoji to something else. You can take these emojis out, or you can put them back in, or whatever you want to do. All right. And then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to go to this action. You're going to change these to 2, 2. There you go. And then you're going to make sure that that's going to the question, which it is. I can publish that. There you go. So it's published. So there's question number 10 for me, but it'd be question number 2. And then what you would do is then you would just do that for every question you have. All right. And then in the last question, which is mine, is question 5. What you're going to do is you're going to send it to timed out quiz end. That's where you're going to send it. And we're going to go over that. I'm going to delete this one. I don't need that. Delete that. And then the end, once you're all done, we're going to summarize all this for the subscriber. So what we're going to do is have some typing at the beginning and say, all right, Jeff, your score is coming up here in a second. And then I grab some emojis, a little pie chart and a time thing. And then you hit continue, another step on the bottom. And then you're going to drag that out like that and click action and get an action block like this. And in that action block, we're going to calculate the percent correct. And so that's why we're accumulating. That's why we have that bot field, the total number of questions. And then we're going to basically, let's do this. I'm going to create this over again, perform action. You're going to set a custom field. And I'm going to pick that custom field. It's going to be Q underscore percent correct. And then I'm going to set that. I'm going to use a custom formula. And that custom formula is going to be I'm going to take the correct count divided by the total number times 100 to get a percent. So we're going to do that. We're going to go in here. We're going to put a parenthesis, and we're going to go double squiggly and get total correct. That's what we were counting all along. And we're going to do a / double squiggly again, open, to get the bot field, total number of requests. Gotta get past that field. And then we're going to put another parenthesis to close it. So then the error should go away. And then we're going to put an asterisk and we're going to say 100. That's it. So that'd be calculating the percent. All right. Connect what I already have here. And then you're going to go through and you're going to build. Move this up so you can see it. You're going to build each of Q underscore Q1 underscore final. So what you're going to do is you're going to check to see if it was correct. Was question number 1 tagged as correct? Q1 underscore correct. If no, we're going to make Q underscore Q1 underscore final. Remember that bot field with the emoji? We're going to do double squiggly Q wrong, and then we're going to type out wrong, and then we're going to put the response that they had, that they put in. So that's why we keep putting the response. Maybe they timed out. Maybe they put the wrong answer in. Maybe they put the right answer in. And here's the bot fields, wrong and correct. Those are the emojis. And so we're setting that. Now, if it's no, it wasn't correct, Q1 correct is not on. Oh, that's what I just did. Sorry. If it is on, then you're going to use the Q correct. And then you're going to say correct. And then you're going to put the response. And that's for Q1 underscore final. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through every one of these. So once you're done there, you're going to go and check Q2 correct. And you're going to do the same thing. You're going to build these Q underscore Q2 underscore final. And you're going to do the same thing there. Okay? And then you're going to do it for question 3. And question 4. And question 5. So every question you have, you're going to build this up. What's going to happen is then you're going to get to the message at the end. You're going to put typing, and then you're going to put your score, Jeff, is. Here's the correct, how many they got correct. Out of the total number of questions, which is a bot field, that is a percent correct percent. And then you're going to summarize question number 1. Question number 1 final. That's the thing that we just put together, that field that we built together with the different fields. And then you just do that for every question. So you're going to have as many questions you have, you're going to have as many of these. And then what I did is I have a little snowflake. Now on a phone, a heart, a balloon, a snowflake will make things fall from the sky on the phone when they push the button. I just wanted to have some fun. At the end, they can have a little fun. So they push that, and then the snowflakes fall. Now, if they're doing this on a, desktop, what I did is, as you can see, I took the button as a quick reply, And then I went here and I did another tag, queued finished quiz, so that they took, they went through everything. And then I don't know what's going on. I kind of froze. Sorry. And then what you're going to do is send another message. And it's just going to say, wait for 5 seconds. And that's no typing. And then because the little snowflakes falling on the phone is pretty cool, you want to get that effect. But then in 5 seconds, you want to send this message. Hey, if you were, Jeff, were you on a desktop story? Wasn't much to see. The magic only works on a phone. So here is yours. And so you just put a little message. And then what I did is I got a GIF with snow on it. So the phone, you're going to get both. Here, you're just going to get the one. So I'm just going to publish that and make sure I didn't screw anything up. All right. So that's the whole flow. So let's just run this. As long as it comes up. All right. So I'm going to do quiz. Myself over there. Quiz. So that's the keyword that we said we have there. And there's the GIF. So Jeff, we have some fun quiz for you to take. Each question is a company slogan. You have 10 seconds to select the correct answer per question. You must tap a button to answer. No typing in an answer. At the end, you will get a final score. Are you ready? And I could do nope. Let's just go that route. I can show you how that one runs. It says, come back anytime. We'll be waiting. And then it just says you can type in quiz. So I'm going to type in quiz again. So as we're waiting for this to come up, I'm just going to type this. This flow is going to be available down in the description. I'm also going to be submitting this to the ManyChat contest. So I would tell nobody not to take this and submit it as their own, because I will be sending it out. So here we go. Okay, I just timed out. So the first question came up. What is slogan? Do not leave without it. Time up. I didn't. The correct answer was American Express. So, okay. Company slogan number 2, they're great. Frosted Flakes. Great. So that's Tony the Tiger, I believe. Correct. That is the right answer. And so I got a little tiger. Let's see. Finger licking good. Kentucky Fried Chicken. KFC. Correct. Nice, Jeff. Way to go. All right. Let's see. Company slogan 4, taste the rainbow. Smarties, Pack, Starbucks, Starburst. Let's try Starburst. Oh, that's not correct. Sorry. Okay. Correct answer is Skittles. Sorry, Starbucks. Starburst is not correct. Okay, now number 5. Bet you can't eat just one. Ruffles, Doritos, Pringles, Lay's. Say Lay's. You're right. Correct, Jeff. Very nice. All right, Jeff, your score is coming up here in a second. Here we go. Score, Jeff. Let's see. I got 60%. 3 out of 5. Don't leave home without it. So I got timed out on that. Great. Yep, we got Frosted Flakes. Finger looking good. Correct. KFC. Taste the rainbow. I picked Starburst. Oh, that was wrong. Bet you can't eat just one. Lay's. Correct. All right. So I got 3 out of 5. And then you can click on the snowflake. And I'm on desktop, so nothing happens when I click it. But then it says, well, Jeff, if you were on desktop, sorry, it wasn't much to see. The magic only works on a phone. So here's yours. All right. So that's it. That is the timed quiz. And you could, use this timed quiz for many purposes. One, obviously just to have some fun. 2 is it could be something that you use to qualify people to come in to your service. Or, you could use it as a lead generation tool. You could actually use this and they have to get 100% to enter the contest. And if they get 100%, then they're entered. If they're not, they have to retake it. So you could have some fun with it. So if you have any questions, let me know. That concludes our video for today on setting up a timed quiz for your subscriber. A few things is setting up your quiz prior to actually starting the flows. Go out to Sparkle to get some ideas as far as quizzes. We went through and setting up the beginning and how to bring them into the questions, how to set up those questions with a timed element to them, and then be able to copy each question and just duplicate those very easily. And at the end, setting up a summary so that you can actually give them their score and those types of things. If you have any questions or comments, please post them down below. I'm happy to answer them. And as always, like the video, share it across the world, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Click the little bell so you get a notification when I upload a new video. Down in the description, I do have a link to actually purchase this template so that it speeds your development up, and you can get it going very quickly and just plug and play. And it's down a link down below where you can get that. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.